Okay, welcome back. Now we're going to continue on here. I'm going to add one more bit of code, and it's actually the last section of code that we need. Let's see. What did I do with it? If statements, functions. So you just copy it from here, and this is the actual part of the code that's going to send the email to you. Copy. Go back to our form, and right here we're going to paste this. Actually, can get rid of that one. We don't need that one. And we'll save. Okay, now where we left off is we were talking about this error, this string error code. What this is going to do, along with the other code on the top, is if there's any errors, if string length error is greater than 0, die. What that's going to tell the browser to do is if there's any errors in the form, when submitted, when they hit the submit button, if there's any errors, it's going to stop. And the reason we need this is because if someone puts in an error message or does something wrong, so say they put in a wrong code in their email, they do a typo error, or if there's a hacker trying to get in, anything like that, and you get an error message, what this is going to do is it's going to stop right here. The browser is going to stop right here, and it's not going to send you the email. If you didn't have this here, this code, it would send you the email, and you'd get a whole bunch of emails with all the errors in them. They'll still get the page that says you must enter a valid email, but it will send the email anyways, and you're going to get an email with a wrong email address or a wrong name, or something's wrong in it, and you're going to get the error message posted in your email. So you don't want to get a bunch of emails sent to you with errors. So what this does is it stops it. It doesn't allow it to go any further. If string length error is greater than 0, it dies. It stops right here. It doesn't go to the rest of the code. If string length error is 0, then it will continue with the code. So everything has to be set. Everything has to be proper. Everything has to be complete. No errors. Everything when they hit submit button, then it will continue on to sending the email to you. So that way you only get emails that are valid, legit, stuff like that. You can leave this out if you want. It's up to you. You could take this code out right here, and you can monitor if somebody is trying to hack into your database, trying to get information from you, because you'll get the email with their name and their email address in it, or whatever code they're trying to enter. You'll actually get an email that shows you what they're trying to enter to get into. And then you will know if somebody's trying to get into your database, stuff like that. And that's up to you how you want to do it. If you're having a problem, if you think somebody's trying to get information from you and you think they're doing it through here, then just simply come over here and right click and just hit cut and see what you get for email. See if someone's actually sending information or trying to send information through your contact form. It's just another way to be cautious. If you're not having any problems, if you don't think anyone's trying to get into your emails or your database or anything like that, then just leave it the way it is so you only get legitimate emails. Now back to this code, email message equals from details below. And what that's telling it to do, this /n means new line. Continue on to a new line. Function clean string. Corrupt equals array, contents type BCC, to CC, and reference. These are things you see on emails. Your BCC is blind carbon copy. What that means is when you send an email to somebody, in case you don't know this, I'll give you a quick description of what these mean. You send an email to somebody, say you send it to one of your friends, and then where it says BCC underneath your address that you type in, say you sending me an address, aircraft F-18 at live.com. Underneath it, it'll say BC. If you put in an email address there, whatever it is, aircraft F-18 at AOL, whatever, the BCC blind carbon copy means that it will send whatever email you send will go to me at live.com, and it will send a blind copy to me at AOL. So it will actually send that email to two people. But if you use the BCC, the original person you're sending the email to won't know you're sending that email to somebody else. If you use CC, underneath it'll say BCC, CC, and whatever. If you use CC and you put in aircraft F-18 at AOL, and you send an email, the original email will go to live.com, and a carbon copy, CC, will go to AOL. But the difference is when you use CC, the original person that you're sending it to, aircraft F-18 at live.com, will see that you're sending that to somebody else. If you use the BCC and you put in aircraft F-18 at AOL, when you send it to my live address, my live AOL, my live account will not know that you're sending that to somebody else. That's the difference between BCC. If you want to send an email and then you want to send a copy to someone else without the original person knowing, then you use BCC. If you're sending an email to somebody and you're sending it to somebody else, but it doesn't matter if the original person knows you're sending it to it, then you can use carbon copy. Back to the code. We kind of got a little off track there, but our function, it's just another function just like we have our functions above. Clean string. This is just another way to prevent hackers from getting into your site. Browsers, they know there's like a list of codes that they know that hackers use, and if any of these codes are in the form, if someone enters any of them codes in your name or your email or your comment, the browser is going to say, hey, I know that's a bad code. Clean string, it's going to erase it. It's going to delete that code. Return corrupt string. And then same thing down here. Email message equals name, clean string name, clean string email, clean string text area. And that's all. This is all related to hacker codes that are known to browsers and stuff like that. If they see any of these, it's going to clean them. So if someone puts in here, for example, they put in a name and then they put in post database, I don't know if this is an actual code or not, underscore $, whatever. If they sees that and it knows that this post database underscore $, is a hacker code. It's gonna what it's gonna do is when they hit submit, it's just gonna delete it. It will just take it out of there before the submit button goes through. When they hit submit, it'll just erase that part of the code and it'll just simply send the name on to the next page. That's what it means by clean string. Anything that's not supposed to be there, it will delete. And then down here, this section here is your actual email that you're going to send. Header, from, email. It's going to get the email whoever it's from. Reply to, email will be the same. Whoever's sending you the email, when you get the email and open it up and read it, you hit reply. It's going to automatically put that email address in the address to reply to it. Xmailer, PHP, PHP version. This is just telling you that what version of PHP you're using to send the email. And then your actual mail, mail to, your email subject, those come from the very top. Up here, you have email to. You put your email address in, whoever you want wherever you want the email to go to. Obviously, you want it to go to you if it's from your webpage, so you put your email address in here. And in your subject, I used video classes, like I explained before. So when I open my email, I have my list of emails. In the subject, if I see anything that says video classes, I know it's from someone from my webpage. So the email to and the email subject come from right here, who to send it to, and what you want the subject to be. That will be sent to the email that you receive. Email to, it will send your email to information. Email subject, it'll post your email subject. Email message, that comes from your text area, post text area. When it sees it, your comment was, whatever the comment was that they entered, will be posted in the email body. And then your header is just your name, your email address, stuff like that. And that's how it works. That's it for the code. I've actually posted this code, I've uploaded this code to my webpage, so we can actually go see how it works. And close that. Very simple. It looks complicated, but if you go through it a little at a time, it's very simple. Nope, I don't need two of these. Okay, so what I did is I uploaded it to my webpage, www.larryscomputerclasses.com/contact.html. Now what this does, when you have, if you haven't uploaded a web page or you haven't started a web page or actually gone live with a web page, what this does is when you upload to your host, you get a host that you upload all your files to, and then that host is where people go to see your web page. First thing you have to do is you have to get your domain name, and mine would be larryscomputerclasses.com. That's your domain name. Domain names are roughly $10 a year. Some are a little, couple dollars more, a couple dollars less, depending on where you go. You get your domain name, and then you sign up to a host, GoDaddy, 000webhost.com, which is who I use, and you upload all your files to your host. Now in your files, you're going to have one file that says index.php, which is your main file you start with. Then you have all your other files, your contact files, your contact HTML file, your contact.php file. All your files will be listed under your host, and by doing this, larryscomputerclasses.com/contact.html, it'll bring me to just this form instead of bringing me to the actual web page. It brings me directly to this form, and when I hit enter, it will go right to this contact form. Now if I was actually to go to my web page, I'll show you the link that I actually have, and this is my web page. You can click here, see your videos. You can click right here, contact us. Now when you click on this, it brings us to the actual contact page that we're at right now. It will bring you to here. You put in your name, your email address, and your comment. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what happens with some of the errors. If they hit submit without putting any information in, you get a message. Your email could not be sent. You must enter a name. You must enter an email address. Comments must contain 4 or more characters. So now we have different errors for different things that happen. So we come back here and say they put in a name, and they put in an email, but they leave the comment blank, and they hit submit. What you're going to see is you have entered Larry Cody, you have entered aircraft F-18 at live.com. So what it's telling you is up to this point everything is fine. Then you get your email could not be sent message, and it tells you why. Comment must contain 4 or more characters. Now if you go back and we say have a nice day and we hit submit, everything's fine. Your name's good, your email's good, and your comment's good. So you hit submit, it's actually going to send this email. But before we send it, let's say someone puts something in here, they type in fast, they hit something by accident. There's a problem here. So now instead of saying you must enter a name, it's going to say you have entered aircraft F-18, your comment is have a nice day. So they're saying these are fine, no problem. And then your email could not be sent, and then it tells you why. Name can only contain letters, underscores, and spaces. So it gives you different error messages for different problems. If the name is good, say they hit the wrong button, instead of dot they hit a /, it's going to stop them. Your email could not be sent, you must enter a valid email. It's telling you there's something wrong with the email. So that's it. That's how all of your error messages work. If everything's good, have a nice day. You hit submit. Oh, you must enter a valid email. What did I do? Oh, I forgot to put the dot back in. See, even without the dot, if they don't have that .com, it's still going to stop them. So now you have a valid email. And there you go. It says you have entered Larry Cody, you have entered aircraft F-18 at live.com, and your comment is have a nice day. And now that sent an email to my email address. And that's how that works. I will eventually, maybe later on today, I will post this code on my webpage, so you can go to it and view it. You can copy and paste it if you want. You do want to, if you're new, especially if you're new to PHP and you haven't done much of this before in the past, go through the code, go through the video. Each section, I broke it down into sections. This we just typed out. The function section we posted. I copied and pasted, so when you get to that section on the video, you can just hit pause so you can see on the screen, and then go through it and actually type these out by hand and practice a little bit. You get more familiar with them that way. And then when you're done, continue on the video, and then after you get to here in the video, you can pause it again and go through and practice your if statements. Practice writing them, if string length name equals, stuff like that. You can change this, what it says. You must enter a name. Change this to please enter a valid name. Name cannot contain 0 characters. Anything you want. Any of these things that say error or echo, you can change. Error, you must enter an email address. You can say email address cannot be 0 characters, anything you want. So you can go in and play around with this, have some fun. If you have any problems, you have any questions, hop on my webpage. Go to, if you're on your My Account page on the webpage, after you log in, at the top there's a contact place, contact us. Click on that. Send me an email. Put your name, your email address in it so I know who you are and who to reply to. Write a comment if you like it, if there's a problem, if you don't like it, if there's something you don't understand, let me know, send me an email. Or else on your My Account page you can click on forum. I have a forum you can go to. You will have to register, very simple, it's just a name. I think it's just a name, a password, and repeat password, and you're all set to log in. So when you go to my forum, you just simply put in a username and a password. You can go to my forum. The forum is private. It's only accessed by people who are registered with this web page with me, and it's not open to the public. But the thing that's nice about the forum is you have a little more room to work than you do with the contact me with the email. On the forum, if there's a section of code, like say this, that you typed out that you're working on, and you go through it and it's not working right, and there's an error in here that you just can't find, you can simply copy it, go to the forum, you can paste it right on the forum, and then I can actually look at it, or other students that are registered with the web page can look at it, and we can go through it. If we find an error, we can simply continue down, and we can say on line such and such, say you had a dot in there that you didn't see, you couldn't find, you've been looking around it. At the end, we can come down here and we can say your code line if string length dot email equals email equals 0. Then underneath this I can put where you have string length dot should be just string length, no dot. And then you can look at it, you can say here your code if string length dot equals where you have string length dot should be just string length, no dot. So you can look in here and you can say, oh, that's what it is, that's what I don't need. Then you can come up here where your string length, remove the dot, hit save, and then try your code from there. So the forum is pretty good because I can look at your code and I can find errors and mistakes. Or if you're trying to add something to it and you're not sure how to do it, you can post your code, explain to me what you want to add, and I can help you out step by step right on the forum. And you can see what's going on, and other students can read it and follow along, and maybe something that's similar that they're working on, or something they're having the same problem with, and everybody can work together. So that's a pretty neat idea. And that's it. I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to do one more video, and I'm going to show you if you want to add something else to this. Say you want to add a phone number or an address or a date of birth or something like that. If you want to add one more thing to this, I'll go through and show you that. And let's take a break. Thanks.